Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and hey, XRP price euphoria. XRP is at the highest price it's been year to date. As I speak right here, I'm on livecoinwatch.com. We're at about 43.5 cents per XRP. And man, I tell you, anybody that's watched my channel for any period of time knows I don't talk about price that frequently, but man, there's just been so much going on. I'd be kind of remiss to not acknowledge that and at least discuss it a little bit here. So, hey, guys, if you're an XRP person like I am, or XRP person, I'm sharing in the excitement with you. It's neat to see little rallies like this. Even though I understand, as far as price action goes, it goes up, it goes down. I don't know if this is the true bull run or if the market's just temporarily rallying. I think that a lot of people have shown reasonable evidence to make us reasonably suspect that probably we're in bull run mode and it's just going to keep going, even though it'll be, of course, not straight like a rocket upwards movement, and even in all the bull runs that there have ever been in this crypto asset class, it goes down at times. But the overall trend is tremendously upwards historically when we have these huge bull runs. So is it starting now? Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm not going to make price predictions. For me, I don't make, at least not short-term price predictions. I suspect that long-term, if you hold whatever, if you really believe in it like I do, I suspect that the crypto asset class is at some point going to be valued in the trillions. And as we sit here today, we're excited, yeah, it's moving up, but it's only valued at about $241 billion. That's going to be a drop in the bucket when this thing's all said and done. So I think it's fantastic. We got Bitcoin here hovering around the $8,000 mark. As I've been sitting here staring this prior to pressing the record button, it's been bouncing up and down here a little bit above 8,000 and then below. And so what should you expect? If you're an XRP holder, you're into crypto, is it going to continue? Should you buy more XRP? Is it a good time to buy? Is it time to sell, depending on where you're standing? Well, look, let me just say this. As a guy that doesn't make price predictions, I'm willing to talk about conceptually what's possible, but I won't make especially short-term price predictions. Let me just say this. having been in this for over a year and a half now, which I know isn't that long, but the longest person that's been in crypto, mind you, it's only been in a decade, so that's not that long either, really. But just keep this in mind. A lot of people are making a lot of predictions, and some people make so many predictions that they're bound to get something right. So when they're talking about upward price action or downward price action, I got to be honest with you, I was following that very intensely during the last bull run. So think, especially when December hit, mid-December 2017, so about a year and a half ago when I jumped in, I was trying to figure out where it was going, and I was new to investing in crypto and really knew very little about it at that point, and I've since thoroughly educated myself. I'm still learning, but especially as it pertains to XRP, I've thoroughly educated myself. And I was just listening to and reading about anybody that would throw out anything, and I was also kind of tracking the results over time, and I have to tell you, what I found more frequently than that is that most of the predictions that were made, whether they were positive or negative, estimates is where's the price going, vast majority wrong. Vast majority of them were wrong, and then the ones that are right, they tend to get all the attention and everyone's retweeting them. So, and then it's like we've got some new savior out there, the crypto savior, that knows exactly what to do and when we should buy and when we should. Well, not typically the case, and so. Not that I've written off technical analysis, I'm not saying that either. I'm just telling you that nobody has a crystal ball. We don't know exactly where this is going, so please keep that in mind as you're making your own informed decisions in terms of what to do to buy or sell, because I can't help you there. I have no financial background. I'm a regular guy that, like I've been saying a lot lately because I've been talking about price a little bit more than normal. I've been trying to make crystal clear. I'm just an enthusiast in the community, and I want to just participate more. That's why I'm making these videos. It's for fun, to interact more. I'm always learning, and I learn from you guys too, so I think I'm just having a blast here anyway. I hope you guys are having fun too, but that's where I'm coming from. Now, a few things I wanted to cite here, and I'll pull this, so this is just fun to visually look at here. Look at this. This is, so this is livecoinwatch.com, and I clicked on today here. So it's supposed to show the XRP price action today. It's actually not true. Even though they label it as today, it's actually for the last 24-hour period. And just look here, 24 hours ago, could have bought XRP at 32 cents, and all this craziness happens, and you scroll to the right, and bam, at this point, 43.7 cents. Oh my God. Isn't it okay? Crypto's just volatile. Like, there's just no getting around that. It just is, and it can make for a lot of fun. I think, as long as you're not putting in more than you're willing to lose. And I only put in what I'm willing to lose. So whether it's going up or going down, whatever, I'm still enjoying the space and interacting with everybody on that good stuff. Now, Galvatron put this out just a short while ago. Is it then less than an hour ago, I think. Anyway, but he puts these charts together and he pulls the data from, what was it called? I always forget. Google BigQuery. Okay, so he pulls the data and then he makes these awesome charts. And anytime I catch these before I'm about to record a video, I like to share it with you so you can see what's happening here. And so he tweeted out, massive spike in numbers, a number of payments in multiple categories. This additional energy is entirely speculator frenzy. I don't believe, notably, more XRapid traffic will result from this because we were probably a long way from the 30-cent ceiling as it was. And so here's the chart. And it's good. I mean, you would expect that, with all the price action that's been occurring and the volume, it's in tandem with Bitcoin, so that part's not rocket science. You wouldn't expect that to be because of XRapid, but this chart's still fun to look at. Here's the one that I found, and if you want to, I'll link below. I don't always link the tweets, but I will link this one in case, because there's a thread of images in case you want to look at them. Here's the one that I found most interesting. Take a look at this. And Galvatron tweeted out, look at that 5,000 account opening spike. And this is what he's talking about over here, right where I'm highlighting right here. And so each one of these little lines here, they come in 3-day intervals on this particular chart. And, so you can see here, this is May 13th, so yesterday, 5,000 XRP account openings. Whoa! That's pretty crazy. So things are heading in the right direction, And I tell you, one of the things I've always appreciated about the XRP ledger in particular is if you're going to open an XRP account, there is a minimum deposit that you cannot remove, and that means you got to be serious, and it's going to make it a lot harder to spam the ledger, doesn't it? So I think that's cool. So all these people put in money in a portion of it, they can't ever get back, and that's pretty cool. So, and it's a small amount, but still, it's something, right? And this is funny too. Like, I know 2 Galvatron things in a row, but check this out. I was just rolling when I read this earlier. It's so funny. Uphold. This is my favorite cryptocurrency exchange because pretty much all I'm buying at this point is XRP. When I do buy, and I do buy it regularly. Well, except for when these rallies come, then I'll pause because I don't want to buy if they're just spiked. Just me personally. But they wrote, service update. We are experiencing temporary delays depositing and withdrawing BTC due to network congestion. We apologize for any inconvenience and hope to have an update for you soon. And you know why that's happening, of course. It's not like it's Uphold's fault. The Bitcoin blockchain itself is congested because it's not exactly the speediest of technologies. And Galvatron wrote this. Oh, it's so awesome. I was really laughing when I read this. He wrote, in response to Uphold, how about your XRP withdrawals/deposits? Any delays? And he knows the answer. I love how he just wrote it so seriously, though. I love that guy. I just got a kick out of it for real. XRP is fast. On-chain transactions at 1,500 per second. There never in the history of XRP has been a problem in terms of withdrawals and deposits. It's always happened without any sort of congestion, and it's essentially infinitely scalable anyway. So I don't think this is ever going to be a big problem for the XRP ledger. And I didn't see Uphold ever respond to that, so maybe they're just trying to stay neutral there, which, if so, that's fine. I love Uphold so much. It's got like the speediest freaking exchange I've ever encountered. And you can buy your XRP directly with fiat. It's one of the easiest ways, I think, to buy directly with your fiat currency if you are so inclined. All right, now this I was watching more like listening. I'm on YouTube all the time, and I follow pretty much every XRP YouTuber you can imagine because I like to be engaged in the space. But usually it's when I'm driving or walking my dog, so it's more like I'm listening rather than watching. Unless they're like, "Hey, look at what's on the screen," and I'm like, "Okay, I gotta look at my phone." But anyway, this is a digital asset investor at Digital Asset Buy on Twitter, and he's definitely one of my favorites. I've been listening to him since not too long after he launched his channel, and this guy's freaking bonkers, man. He in a good way. Like, he's putting out 3 videos a day, and he's gone inside of, I can't remember when he launched his channel. For some reason, I want to say May of last year, but he's got like something like 45,000 subscribers. He's all in it, and I enjoy listening to him because he's got a level-headed approach. He seems to share a lot of the opinions that I came to conclude myself. In terms of like the long-term what's happening with the asset class, and it really resonated with me, and so I've always enjoyed listening to his videos. But anyway, he tweeted this out. And this is cool. And the reason I want to share this with you is because it flies in the face of everything that I think is happening right here in terms of what I believe is probably a bull run starting right now. Probably. I don't know for sure. Probably is, though. And where I think crypto is going long term. Just this flies in the face of it, what just Digital Asset Investor pointed out here. And he wrote, I'm 45, degree in finance, MBA, passed Series 7 and Series 31, and worked as a financial advisor with Morgan Stanley. At Peter Schiff, I am begging you to stop going down this road. Digital assets are the perfect complement to your gold business. And for those of you not familiar with Peter Schiff, I've actually been a fan of Peter Schiff's for years. He's one of the guys that's a famous. I think his biggest claim to fame at this point is he called the financial collapse of 2008. Well, everybody else thought he was nuts. No, it's going to happen. He called it out and he explained why it was going to happen, and he was pretty much spot on. So, and from there he just gained even more notoriety. And so that whole thing on its own was fascinating. So I've, again, been following this guy for years, and then I found out that he's anti-crypto in a major way, but he's also selling gold. So there's, from his perspective, perhaps a conflict of interest there. I hope he's being genuine with his opinions, because if he's being genuine and he's just wrong, that's fine. If he is being disingenuous, not that I have a reason to believe he is, that would be shameful, because you're just leading people down the wrong path at that point, and I wouldn't like that. So again, I'm not saying he is. So here's this piece from ccn.com, and it's titled, Bitcoin buyers are, quote, dumb, inexperienced kids, Goldman investor slams crypto. And so let me read just a few little parts from this. Gold investor Peter Schiff unleashed yet another savage takedown of Bitcoin at this week's SALT conference. Schiff touted the same usual criticisms of Bitcoin, calling it a pump and dump scheme that has no value to hold, but in a particularly aggressive statement, he managed to criticize an entire generation. And think about this. Look, here's this quote. A bunch of young, inexperienced kids are going to be dumb enough to buy Bitcoin. Maybe they will, but as they get older, they're going to learn better. Well, I'm not that young, but I'm not that old. I am 35 years old. I'm not some stupid kid, and I have thoroughly researched this, and this is ridiculous. It's absolutely absurd. Keep this in mind. When people like this are arguing that Bitcoin's not going anywhere, or crypto in general, what they're really arguing against, a big part of it is the use case for cryptocurrency as a peer-to-peer currency, because it doesn't inherently manufacture anything, or blah, 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 so on and so forth. You've heard those types of arguments. But they're arguing about its use case as a peer-to-peer cryptocurrency. And I do think that use case could come to fruition. I think it likely will. It's just going to take a long time. It could happen over a span of decades. But even aside from that, you can run businesses, new business models, with cryptocurrencies that you literally cannot run without this decentralized technology that has a real market value. And in particular, of course, what I'm thinking of is XRP and how Ripple is positioning that, but you can't just have some sort of fiat-backed, whether it's a cryptocurrency or name your asset. You can't do it. And if he thinks that people are not going to put a real-world value and that if he thinks it's not going to have staying power, I'm sorry, Peter Schiff, I respect you, but you are dead wrong on this. And so, here, let me continue this piece here. When it was pointed out that half the audience owned Bitcoin, I love that, he doubled down, comparing Bitcoin to gambling. And here's his next quote. I doubt they have a substantial amount of it. Maybe they bought it like they would to go to a casino and buy some chips. Yeah, maybe, buddy, maybe, buddy. But let me tell you. There's different generations are behaving differently here. And so if you look at this, there was on Twitter, there was a poll conducted, and millennials, they asked, what are you more likely to buy, gold or Bitcoin? 91% responded Bitcoin, 9% gold. Look at this. You see, it is a generational shift. And I'll read this last little piece, and then I'll stop reading because I don't want to read whole articles here. On the other side of the debate was Bitcoin investor and a founder of digital currency group, Barry Silbert. Silbert challenged Schiff's outdated perspective on gold, claiming a huge generational shift will move money into Bitcoin. And here's his quote. There is a generational shift in investor mindset that is happening. Over the next 25 years, $68 trillion of wealth is going to be handed down from boomers to Gen X, Gen Y, and millennials. And I can assure you that the younger generation of investors don't view gold the same way as our parents and grandparents did. So as the 68 trillion gets handed down, it is not going to stay in gold. Ding, ding, ding. Love that. Absolutely. And that's one of the greater points that I keep trying to make from time to time as I put out content on this YouTube channel. And it's that cryptocurrency is here to stay. There is real utility. There are things that you can do with those assets that you cannot do with any other technology, period. And humans are going to value that. And given that it's a brand new asset class, it's not just some object, not just an asset. It's an asset class. And I firmly believe, and I don't know. Look, I think crypto really will be literally valued at some point in the future, down the road, don't know when, in the trillions. And in the unlikely chance I'm wrong about XRP and it fails, I don't believe it will, but I'm just saying I'm even more confident that the asset class as a whole will get used. And and it'll have staying power. And I do believe that XRP is one of the cryptos that's going to have tremendous staying power. I really do. Anyway. Exciting times here. So what do you think? Is this the start of a genuine bull run? Is it just a little rally and then we're going to go see, unfortunately, lower lows at some point or anything along those lines? I'd love to hear what you think about it. But I want to say again, I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea.